In a quiet village in Morocco, nestled between the mountains, there was a well that everyone avoided. The villagers believed it was cursed, a gateway to something dark and malevolent. They called it Bir al-Lana, the well of the curse. Hassan, a young farmer known for his skepticism, dismissed these tales as mere superstition. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the shadows lengthened, he decided to draw water from the well. His own well had run dry, and he saw no harm in using the village well just this once. As Hassan approached, he noticed a strange silence. The usual sounds of crickets and distant chatter from the village were absent. Undeterred, he lowered the bucket into the well and began to draw it up. The rope felt unusually heavy, and he struggled to lift it. When he finally hauled the bucket over the edge, it wasn't filled with water, but with a thick, black sludge. Disgusted, Hassan emptied the bucket and prepared to try again. As he peered into the well, he thought he saw movement at the bottom. Leaning closer, he felt a sudden, sharp tug on the rope. Before he could react, an unseen force pulled him into the well. Hassan tumbled down, scraping against the cold, damp walls, until he landed with a splash in the murky water below. The air was suffocating, and the darkness was absolute. Panic set in as he struggled to find a way out. He shouted for help, but his voice echoed back at him, distorted and hollow. As he fumbled in the darkness, Hassan felt something brush against his leg. He froze, his heart pounding in his chest. Then he heard it, a faint whisper, barely audible over the sound of dripping water. The whisper grew louder, surrounding him with a cacophony of voices speaking in a language he didn't understand. Desperation took over, and Hassan clawed at the walls trying to find a foothold, but the stones were slick, and he kept slipping back into the cold water. The voices grew louder, more insistent, until they became a deafening roar. Amid the chaos, he saw a pair of glowing eyes staring at him from the darkness. Paralyzed with fear, Hassan watched as a figure emerged from the shadows. It was a woman, her hair flowing like black silk, her eyes burning with an eerie light. She reached out to him, her fingers cold as ice. Hassan tried to back away, but there was nowhere to go. The last thing he heard before he lost consciousness was the woman's voice whispering in his ear, "You should have heeded the warnings." The next morning, the villagers found the well empty, the bucket and rope neatly coiled beside it. Hassan was never seen again. Some say his spirit is now trapped in the well, joining the chorus of voices that warn those who dare to draw water from Bir al-Lana. And on quiet nights, when the wind is still and the moon hides behind the clouds, if you stand near the well and listen closely, you could hear him calling out from the depths. The echoes of his voice remains a chilling reminder of the sinister force that lays beneath, forever warning the living to heed the curse of Bir al-Lana.